Hey everyone, I'm Alexis the Ego Queen, and welcome back to another episode of Queen's Court. I have been gone for over a week in Iceland, so I barely remember what happened. Oh wait, no, I remember what happened. There's freaking knife ears in at our table. Oh wait, they left. I remembered that. You know what? To do a proper recap, here's Vicky the GM.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Vega the GM, and welcome back to the Queen's Court. When we last left our heroes, Harold was taken to be interrogated by the commander of the Ansifor armsmen, Jurgen Hesiel, only for Harold to stonewall and evade. When the interrogation ended, and the armsman moved to take Harold back to his cell, he took out his hidden knife and slashed the two armsmen in quick succession. Grabbing an arm, Harold moved from the interrogation chamber and took great care to let out many inmate along with Jarek Sincade, the narco smuggler, and quickly exited the brig. At the entrance, he met up with the rest of the warband and made sure that the weapons were collected and evidence erased. The Acolytes rushed away, only to be halted when the Gellerfield flickered and a swarm of Chaos Furies breached the Materium and wreaked havoc on the Pilgrims. A quick and brutal fight later, Ren falls unconscious to the ground, and the rest are surrounded by the pursuing armsmen. When Ren gets back up, the Acolytes are brought to the upper reaches of the Oath Unspoken, where they are met by Lord Captain of the ship, Rogue Trader Aristide Ansifor, and a mysterious Eldar Ranger, who greets them with a lavish dinner. And we return. Now, as Alexis pointed out, the Eldar had indeed vacated the room, but the Rogue Trader is still here and enjoying the feast. Actually, Pri, you can just read that out loud.
Harold just excuses himself for a while and leaves the table, taking his backpack with him, and just walks away for a bit.
Harold, where are you going?
Don't worry.
Keep
Be
your
back
comms
soon.
on.
I will.
So, the Rogue Captain Ensifor turns towards Ryan and says, "Some more Amasek?"
Oh yes, please.
He beckons one of the servants to refill your glass. So,
I'm gonna lean over to Polonia.
yes.
Polonia,
Yeah.
what type of mutant was that? It appeared human, but it was long and thin and very pale. Kind of like you.
We'll have to discuss it another time. And I'll look up at Captain Ansifor and say, unless the captain would like to explain the disposition of his guest.
Oh, yes. You'll have to forgive any mysterious or ominous sayings that Morano makes. She, like most of her kind, are quite elusive when it comes to answers.
Her kind? What, like a type of subhuman?
Oh, no. She is a sanctioned Xenos, one of the Eldari. I can have the paperwork brought if you wish to inspect it.
I'm sure you have everything in order, Captain.
I'm gonna look back towards Polonia. Wait. A Xenos. You keep a Xenos in your company.
Indeed, as my right as a rogue trader that grants me.
Why?
Why?
The company of one of those knife ears must be dreadful.
Oh, it is a touch unnerving at times, but one becomes inured during long enough exposure.
How did you come to meet her, Captain?
Oh, she happened to it was actually she that happened upon my vessel one day in one of her sleek crystal-like ships, and she offered to join. I, not being one to turn down an opportunity, said yes.
I have no doubt, as a ranger, she's provided you with quite useful information and skills.
Indeed. And so long as she is content, I will let her stay. And when she wishes to depart, I will let her leave.
Not in Imperial space, of course.
Of course not. She will depart upon. She will depart. She specifically asked to depart where I picked her up. Let me see, where was that? And you see the black hooded man with the bionic red eye lean up to Anzafor and whisper, "Ah, yes, in the Stygius cluster, that's right." And yes, it is close enough to wilderness space that I do believe that is on the border of Imperial space.
On the note of destinations, forgive me for imposing, but where are we headed?
Ah, yes. We are headed towards the Shrine World of Thawr. It has been a pilgrimage route in the past few years, one which I've been more than happy to ride along.
Is escorting pilgrims like this profitable?
I can't say that it has massively increased my profit factor, but there I have my ways to earn my keep during this venture. Of course, there are more ways than one to increase one's influence more than mere currency.
I suppose you'd know better than me.
Indeed, in fact, there are quite influential guests that ride along and wish to take their own pilgrimages towards Thawr, the nobility of Desolium, for one.
I suppose they're willing to pay quite a high price to get into your more luxurious decks.
Indeed. And, of course, in case you have not seen, my greatest asset is my hospitality, and he waves his right hand across the table.
And with that, I shall eat some of the food and nod at him.
Indeed.
You let that knife ears walk around unescorted?
Oh, worry not. If anyone were to spot Morna on the ship, she would die of what's it called? This is me, Vicky, blanking on the word.
Embarrassment?
Indignity. Yeah. Oh, embarrassment works too. Oh yes. If anyone spotted Morna walking around, she would die of embarrassment. She takes great pride in her skill.
I'd be embarrassed too, having one of those things around.
Oh, you get quite used to it, worry not.
You do realize the threat the Eldari pose to the Imperium, correct? Yet you keep one as a pet.
I'm gonna be quiet and give Rosalina a concerned look as I continue to eat.
I am, of course, not unaware of the hold on, I need to double check a name. I'm not unaware of the Eldar Corsairs raids on the Escalon sector, and will take up arms to defend any world should it be within my power. But there are, of course, factions within the Eldari, that, with the right persuasion, can be of great use. And when my pilgrimage route when my service to the ecclesiarchy ends, I wish perhaps one day to make contact with some of the Eldari in wilderness space, and treat with them as my warrant permits me.
So, Captain, You enjoy the company of them.
Enjoyment is a strong word. I prefer having them in the more esoteric situations I come upon, though there has been less of that in the last years.
Well, I don't agree with your choice of xenophilia. I do acknowledge that. I do respect that you take care of the ecclesiarchy on board.
Thank you. Oh, and hold on, what's his face? I forget his name. Let me see. Did I put him here? Ah, yes. Wait, this is the wrong guy. No, wait, it is him. Ah, yes. Preacher Lazarud sends his regards. He pleaded quite effectively with me to have your passenger status instated, and goes into his coat and pulls out what appear to be ident tickets, which he of course puts back inside his coat and says, "You won't be needing those. My armsmen are now quite familiar with you."
I see.
I'm gonna shoot Kashan a look like, told you.
Actually, Ren, as you are the one sitting to the next to the to the Lord Captain and have the better view than the others. Actually, yeah. So, oh shit, that's the wrong. Did not mean that to happen. I wanted this to happen. There we go. So, Harold, at this point, Harold returns. Bree, would you like to describe what he looks like now?
Well, he has taken off the top part of his armor and has cleaned his face and braided his hair and his beard. And put on a very nice shirt.
Cleans up nicely.
I agree.
Thank you.
I hadn't even considered such things. And I'm going to start looking down at my own clothes, which are probably covered in blood.
Well, not really. Not on your end. They are. It's mostly your sleeves that are covered.
Yeah, you're right. It would just be my sleeves. I would have worn gloves.
I'm just gonna look at my dress and just feel like, yep, still in perfect condition.
It's amazing when you have bulletproof dress. Yeah. Amazing how it doesn't rip. So yeah, Ren, who is sitting next to nearest to the Lord Captain, you look down and you spot that one of his, which one is it? I need to double check which leg it is. Let's see. It is on his leg. Okay, it's his left leg. Perfect. You spot that the Lord Captain's leg appears to be a bionic.
Bionic leg. Did the knife do that?
Oh, nothing quite so insidious, and he chuckles a bit. No, this was an interdynasty conflict between the Anzafors and the Serenas.
Are conflicts like this common?
Oh, it is common when resources become when exploration opportunities become scarce. There have
Can I make a common law rogue trader on that other family?
Yes, you can. Actually, at this... Oh, damn.
Yeah, I know exactly who that is. Like, my dad might have worked for those people.
Uh-oh. That's not. Actually, now with all of those degrees of success, does anyone here remember Larician's last name?
No.
No,
Ah.
sadly.
He is. His last name is actually. His full name is actually Larician Serena.
I see.
So yeah.
So we're after that guy.
No.
No.
No, that's just Nooble's character, by the way.
Right.
So yeah. So he Aristide does like quickly taps on his binding leg. So the back in '85, I believe. Yes, there was a waning of the pandemonium, and some planets that have been previously obscured were now revealed, and the rogue traders in the Ascalon sector jumped at the opportunity. Mine and the Serenas were at the forefront, and due to some miscommunications, we opened fire on each other. And
Was it
this, he taps the leg again. He says, "This happened when a torpedo took out half of my bridge."
Who fired first?
Of course, the Serenas did, but they will tell you the other way around.
But you're both guilty of opening fire on an Imperial vessel.
Of course, if I'm not mistaken, and you see the hooded man lean back in. Ah, yes, there was a Chartist captain of the. Actually, I need to double check the name because I forget. Let's see. Where is the name? I do believe. Here we go. The War of the Great Dynasties. Does it say? Ah, yes. I think. Ah, yes. It was a sprint. What's it called? Sprint trader by the name of the Pathmaker. That I do believe that Banu herself opened fire upon, and was the first casualty in the Dynasty War.
So this ended up being a prolonged engagement between your two families.
Oh, it was about a years-long conflict, though there were only so many naval engagements. The man, and then the hooded man leans back in. Ah, yes, 6 over a course of a year.
6 battles is still more than enough to come to hate each other over.
Oh, worry not. I have great admiration for Banu, who, incidentally, now is the head of the Serena dynasty, much as I am the head of mine.
Coming to blows
wasn't
might
aware.
become common.
Whoa. What'd you say?
Alexis first.
Okay.
You had this many battles, and did they take place in Imperial space, or...?
Oh, they of course took place where the pandemonium receded. So, in all legality, no, they were outside of Imperial space until until one of the rogue traders were to claim it, which is one of the reasons for the conflict.
Polonia, go for it.
I'm blanking.
Oh, fair enough. Does anyone actually want to have some? Does anyone have like a conversational topic they want to do, or should I move on with what the rogue trader wants to say?
Yeah,
I think Kershan was doing something, if you look in the chat.
Oh, Toby? Going somewhere?
Now, lady, Captain, I respect your hospitality, but I must save the pleasantries for later. We have business to tend to.
Ah, speaking of business, that is one of the reasons why I invited you here. Please, stay for but a few more minutes. I think you'll find this interesting.
Of course, Captain, it's an honor to be in your presence. I wasn't aware we were in the presence of the leader of the dynasty.
He raises his Amasek glass. Yes, quite, and takes a sip.
I'll raise it back to him and take a drink.
Well then, Captain, I mean no disrespect, but you need to check the personnel that comes in and out of your ship. Are you familiar with the Soyun group that calls himself the Mournful Song, yes? Cultist. Heretical cultist. They're on your ship.
Yes.
Find them and I'm going to kill them. Simple.
Now, do you have their location?
What was it, like the corpse pits?
Actually, no, I don't think you ever...
Well, that's where I'm guessing. Like the more under hidden parts is where we start looking.
Please, Kershan, was it? Have a seat. The ship is 10 kilometers long. You could search for days and not find anything.
I'm gonna slowly give a concerned look to Kershaw and then look back to the captain.
I will inform my armsmen of this new development, and they will up their patrols.
Kershaw pulls out the chair and sits back down. Also, Captain, are you aware that the Fascist trade is operating on your ship?
Now that I was aware of, and I do take care to excise them off my ship when the opportunity arises. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that.
Well, I know a bit, but let's see what you know first with your business, yes?
Indeed. So, he swirls his amasek a bit. I'm considering that you have not, that none of you came forth and demanded my full and unquestioned cooperation. I'm going to guess that that a high-ranking member of the Inquisition does not follow along with you unless he is still hiding on my ship. So, with that conclusion, which one of you is the highest ranking?
That would technically be me. If you count experience as a rank. We are all technically interrogators, but I have the most experience.
Actually, none of you are interrogators. You're technically all acolytes.
I thought that was just another name for it.
No, that is a junior inquisitor, someone who is on the way to become one.
Well, rephrase that. I would have the most inquisitorial approvals then.
Most likely. So,
he was a leader. That's rich.
I will, of course, look to Rosalina wordlessly.
I get results. I don't talk.
Harold is going to look at the rogue trader and ask, define rank.
Within the Inquisition.
Then is going to go back looking over the table for something to drink.
How much do you know about the Inquisition?
I know that they prefer if I didn't bring Xenos artifacts to anyone but the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Yes.
And they would also like to take me down if they ever were to spot me with that Xenos, though, again, so long as I'm within Imperial space, she is sanctioned, and if I am outside of Imperial space, their jurisdiction ends. So, as long as I am on my ship, she remains relatively safe.
For now.
But back to your point, Captain.
Indeed. I would like to meet with your master to engage in some mutual business with him.
I'm gonna continue to look over at La Rosalie.
Well, funny thing about that, Captain. Which master? Theirs or mine?
Oh, you do not serve the same lord?
Listen, Ran. We're on his ship. For all intents and purposes, he is the Emperor right now. So we gain nothing
I'm
by
just gonna
lying.
look at you like, no. No one is above the Emperor.
Anyways. What was the question, Vicky?
The question was, he would like to meet with your master, and he asked you that if you serve different masters.
Yes and no. How would you put it? I'm on lease for theirs.
The labyrinthines of the Inquisition are beyond me, but if I were
Tell
to
me
speak
about
to
it.
the man you are being leased to, so to speak, then yes, I would let that suffice.
And what would you gain from that?
Influence.
Are you
And,
sure?
indeed,
You harbor a cult on your ship. You have a Xenos.
I do not harbor the cult. They are stowaways on my ship and will suffer the appropriate fate. He says this with with cold fury emanating from him, belying his hospitable nature.
Demeanor?
Demeanor. There we go.
And as he says that, Harold kind of taps on his chain axe on the table. I can help you with that.
Indeed, you have been of various help, and he smokes a tiny bit of that. You have helped more than you have hindered, and I'm a forgiving man.
That's good.
You will not meet with our Inquisitor.
No?
No. There is no benefit for him to be here.
Well, he has not heard my offer yet.
No offer you give would entice him.
Are you
You
sure
would
about
be
that?
surprised, Princess.
Tobian, quiet. What do you offer?
What do I offer?
I said
I
Tobian,
offer-
I meant to say Kirshen.
I know what you mean.
Whoa, yeah. Was the question directed at the Rogue Trader or
Yes.
Kirshen?
Rogue Trader.
You're not helping.
Rogue Trader.
All right.
Tater.
What would he offer? Hold on. I would offer unlimited access across the Ascalon sector to go where other Chartist captains could not go.
Under the authority of the Inquisition, we can go anywhere.
But there is indeed limit to their... although their authority is limitless, their reach has limit.
I'm gonna look to the captain, just roll my eyes and just give like new guy kind of look and kind of eyeing at Rin.
Tell me, he does not address the question to anyone specific, more a sweeping question, and goes, have you realized the lack of inquisitors within the Ascalon sector? And he puts his hand on the both hands on the table and leans forward.
And could you do the question again? You cut out on my end.
Sorry.
think
The question. The question was, has any of you recognized the fact that there are very few Inquisitors within the Ascalon sector.
As far as you can detect?
Indeed. However, I do not believe that all of them are so unbelievably covert that not even the highest echelons would not hear of them. Which means either they are incredibly good at their jobs, which I am not discounting, or there's very few of them left indeed. I would simply...
Why do you want to talk to the Inquisitor?
Mope, get ready to roll a scrutiny on his answer.
Okay.
It is simple. I wish to extend the reaches of the Imperium, and what better way than to assure that all is in the phrase I'm looking for, all is in good order. There we go. To make sure that all is in good order, than to have a representative of the Emperor alongside.
Well, out of character, I know he's lying, but
Nope.
in character, he sure got me.
Yeah. Does anyone else
as
want?
well?
Yeah. Anyone who wants to roll can.
Yeah, screw it, I'll reroll. Let's roll the D100. Yeesh.
He's quite the charming man.
Wow.
Not to Ren, he isn't.
The person that's untrained gets
Now,
it.
what is your real intent?
Oh.
I'll just say to
actually,
Ren,
hold on.
me.
Let me. I need to. This is. You can all tell that he's lying, but I need to make sure that you actually succeed better than him. Let's see.
Actually,
Did I seriously not? No, I did not. Hot damn. I did not input his character sheet into Roll20. I'll just have to roll this manually. Let's see. So he has a Fellowship of 41 with a Natural Fellowship 2. And let's see. What? He doesn't have Deceive. Well, shit.
Roll it.
So he needs a 21 to actually succeed at Deceive. Well, shit.
Oh my god, he got
He
it.
would.
Even if you equaled him, he would win on his characteristic bonus, which is his fellowship bonus, which is 6.
I'll again say to Ren, he seems genuine to me.
No, something's off.
Something's off, but you cannot tell what it is. You find his motivations even you see the mask of pure intent, though what he's hiding behind it you are not sure. Though you do not have enough confidence to call out your suspicion.
Harold would like to ask a question. This is this is a question out of character and in character.
Okay, ask out of character first.
How often does it travel past racks?
So you want that? So this would be an in-character question. Do you want to ask it again?
Yeah. How often do you travel past the racks?
Racks? Hold on. He leans over to his seneschal and whispers something. Who returns the gesture to him. Let me double check a map, because I'm not actually. I'm forgetting which subsector Rax is in. It is in
Stages.
Stages?
Yes.
Hold on. let me double check the map. I should have it right here.
I haven't posted it.
Yeah, I got it in the book now. Here we go. Oh wow. Pretty. Remind me real quick. Was Thrax one of those worlds that got revealed when the pandemonium receded?
Yes.
Oh. Oh yes, Thrax. I do believe it was the Serenas that laid claim on that world, though the Thraxians had something to say about that. I myself have not visited often, but if I were to go back to some of my holdings in the Stygies cluster, I would no doubt like to visit. I hear interesting things of the people.
Like what?
Oh, well, he gestured to your chain axe that they took quite a fancy to certain Imperial technologies.
Indeed. And with that, Harold is gonna roll up his sleeve and show something that is marked on his right upper arm.
Which is?
The mark of the Raxian 33rd blood knives.
Some guardsman rankings, if I'm not mistaken.
Raxian 33rd.
I see. You wouldn't happen to have seen a lot of action on Myro's Kappa, would you?
Indeed.
In my opinion, they should just virus bomb that world from orbit and let it be done. But no, there's it's too valuable to Imperial, to Askelion High Command. Well, it is not mine to dictate the whims of Segmentum Command. There are greater personages who take care of that. I simply hold my own.
Indeed.
So, how else can I make your stay aboard the Oath Unspoken more
I'm gonna telepathic
comfortable?
link him.
Well,
Oh
shit.
boy.
Oh boy, here we go.
Doubles.
Be quiet, you.
So it's Sius 1, right?
Indeed, since you only have one psi rating. However, you could push it to 5. Please don't.
So you only get one
And
sentence, so
there's
just keep
no
that in
modifier.
mind.
Actually, yes, you get a +10. You have my Psi Focus.
That is true. She does have the psi focus, which would be helping her. Let's see.
Oh, I
Failed, but not a double.
I'm gonna reroll it.
Rerolling, go for it. It is dangerous to reroll. Oof. Didn't make it, but you still didn't manifest the power, though nothing happened.
Being a fledgling psyker is hard.
It is. Besides, the man has 50 willpower. I think he barely... he would have had a 50-50 to stop you, though it would have been instinctual.
But at the note of the captain asking if there's anything that he could do for us, I'll give him a sheepish look and say, a nice bed, a room.
Granted, you will have each a personal stateroom in the upper decks of the Oath Unspoken.
Well,
You are so generous, Captain.
Indeed, it is my greatest asset.
well, Captain, two things. First, on behalf of my master personally, I think he'd like your offer if it would apply to him. Though I would not show that Eldar around him. He's a bit more Puritan.
Indeed, I will keep Morino hidden while your master visits. Do you know? He looks to the rest of the warband and your master's preference
No.
towards the Xenos?
There will be no meeting with our master. You may meet with his. That should suffice.
Fair enough. One Inquisitor should do.
And second thing, are you aware of what an inheritor is?
Inheritor?
They're a tribe of Disolium Wastelanders. They work with the faceless trade. Black robes, trade in bone chips, and usually have necklaces of rocks with strange markings. This would be more of a favor, but if your armsmen could round them up, we could help find the faceless trade on this ship. There appears to be one shipment en route to Sour.
Interesting. He whispers a few words back to the Seneschal, who this time moves away and exits the room in a hurried fashion. Indeed, my Seneschal will inform Commander Hesiel of the new situation, and my armsmen will be extra vigilant during the remainder of the trip, I say.
Don't worry, they're not too hard to find.
We will. Indeed, that should be fine. Go ahead, Pri.
Also, if I were you, I would recruit new armsmen from another place. The ones you got are kind of shit.
Now, they are adequate enough when it comes to this on-ship security. Putting them up against trained Inquisition killers is quite a mismatch.
I am going to reflect really hard on myself when he calls us trained Inquisition killers.
Wait, reflect?
I'm just gonna stand there and think back on what I've done since I came here.
Oh yeah.
After Harold says that, Kershawn bursts out laughing and kind of pats Harold on the back. Well, big friend, it's not every day that the Christ Traxian charges at you with a hunting lance, yes?
No, I didn't charge them with a hunting lance, did I?
Point still stands.
True.
So, if you are, if this meeting is concluded, I would show you to your new staterooms.
I'll look down at my meal and say, absolutely. I don't think I have much of an appetite anymore.
Indeed. So,
one last thing, though. To my room, would you send a nice bottle of disinfectant?
Oh my god.
I will speak with the Medicaid Bay. They should have some on hand. And he raises an eyebrow at this odd request, seeing how, as he looks you over and notices no visible bleeding.
Captain, if I may. Before we go to the quarters, can we make a quick stop to the brig? There's someone I have questions for.
Yes? And who might that be?
What's his name? Jared?
Jared Sincade.
Jared Sincade, the narcotics dealer that you caught.
Ah, yes.
He's in this mess too.
Ah, yes. If I'm not mistaken, he was caught, though we arrested him on reputation alone. He did not seem to have any narcotics on him. Though we are
look in my bag really quickly and just be like, yeah, none.
So the rogue trader scratches his chin, says, yes, we will hold him until we return to Disolium, where he will most likely be kicked off the ship and banned for any future travels. So yes, I will inform Commander Hesiel that you wish to speak with this man. And
You handle that alone, Kershawn. Or do you need somebody holding your hand?
Listen, crazy lady. If you want to come, you can come. But you don't get to tell me what to do.
Right now.
I'll speak up and say, Captain, maybe you could just have your armsmen escort him to Kershawn and spare Kershawn the trouble.
It's no trouble.
I could, but your friend seems adamant on privacy. So yes, let us retire for now, and we shall speak later. And, of course, if you need any further assistance with your investigation, please do not hesitate to let me know.
Yes.
Of course.
So, as you finish your last scraps of food, or leave them, depending on the fullness of your stomach, you are escorted. You are personally escorted by the Lord Captain to different staterooms aboard the Oath Unspoken. They are each more luxurious than the next, and no expense seems to have been spared in the outfitting. No, that's not the right word.
It'll do.
Decor.
Decor, thank you. In the decorum of the different rooms. Truly, surely meant to impress more than anything.
I'll take the fanciest of rooms.
We'll just take the
Indeed.
one next to Rosalina's.
So, I'm guessing. Do you want to sleep? Because this seems to be the perfect opportunity to do that.
No. Before going to sleep, I'm going to, after settling in, go over to Rosalina's room.
Alrighty.
Enter.
Rosalina,
Turn off your comms.
I'll turn off my comm.
And I'm going to take mine out as well. And turn mine off. This man is lying. I could...
He's so powerful, though, Rosalina. I'm gonna sit down and say he's a lot more powerful than the Inquisitor in all likelihood. We wouldn't be doing our job if we didn't at least tell the Inquisitor about the offer. At this point, it's not our job to refuse or not. It's not our call. I feel this is over our heads, and we have to let him decide if he comes or not.
It feels too much like an ambush. It's the perfect opportunity to kill an Inquisitor, though I don't know his motives.
I agree with you, but I think that's up to the Inquisitor himself to decide at this point. This really could be too lucrative of an opportunity for him to refuse. And I mean, if he wanted to, he could have had us all shot out an airlock by now.
More than likely, he could have killed us. His company and his motives seem a little bit too...
Pure?
I almost want to say pure. I know he's up to something. I can feel it.
He's the leader of a dynasty. He has to be up to something.
And he only got that way because of a scuttle with another dynasty.
Well, he said that they were the ones who caused it.
I would have to check the Imperial records on this if there are any.
I doubt it. He said it was out of Imperial space when it occurred.
But he opened fire upon Imperial vessels. He keeps the company of Eldari. He wants to meet...
He has a warrant of trade from the Emperor.
No,
he has the
I'm
right
not
to
even
make
talking
these
about
calls.
that. He wants to meet up with the Elder Eldari. I don't like that. Then he wants to meet with our Inquisitor. And Kershawn gave him too much information.
Now, Mope. Do due to your rogue trader background, Polonia would know that the ability to trade and communicate with Xenos is well within the right of a rogue trader.
Then I shall simply say to Ren, he has the legal right to do these things, Rosalina. He has more legal authority in this regard than the Inquisitor has.
But wanting to go and do it is another story.
He's benefiting the Imperium.
By gathering Xenos artifacts, those things that we've been picking up all over the planet.
Says he turns them over to the Mechanicus.
Says and does are two different things.
Like I said, I trust the guy. He seems genuine to me.
I trust no one.
I still think that it's not on your shoulder to make this call. I think that the Inquisitor has to make the decision himself if he wants to meet this captain or not.
I don't want to burden our Inquisitor with this.
It's not a burden. It could be such a huge asset. At the very minimum, he should at least know that this man is trying to get in contact with him.
Mope?
Yeah.
Did Mope go robot for anyone else?
No.
Nope.
Okay, then it was just me.
I was just saying that the Inquisitor should at least know if a rogue trader like this is trying to get a hold of him.
Getting a hold of the Inquisitor and asking him for the information on this man might prove useful. But I still don't want our Inquisitor coming to this ship.
Then you can voice that concern to him yourself, but it's still his decision to make. We're his servants when it comes down to it.
Yes, we've all sworn our lives to the Inquisition.
You have to tell him, Rosalina.
I'll consider it.
Alright.
Let
on
the
that
other
note-
Inquisitor come. Let's see how he interacts with him before we direct ours here.
I still feel you should at least tell him, but you are in charge when it comes to these things.
Well, the one thing that I'm worried about is we are in warp space right now. It is unlikely that we can even get a message out. We'd also need to talk to this man's astropaths.
That's true.
And the chances of those astropaths relaying all of the information back to the rogue trader is too high. There are too many risks involved. But I will definitely consider it once we are in real space.
I'll defer to you in this regard then.
Ren.
Also,
What? Mope. Alexis, roll for me a willpower, quick.
Roll a what?
Willpower.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna re-roll that.
No, don't bother, don't bother. You didn't make it.
I kind of want to
Good.
re-roll it. It seems important.
You do? Fair enough, reroll.
Yeah, I'll go down to 3 fate points. Nope.
Nope, didn't work.
Okay.
You hear a quiet whispering, but not much else. Go ahead, Mope. What were you going to say?
I was going to bring up the other passenger. That Eldar woman. I'd heard of them back on home, but honestly, I'd never seen one in the flesh like that.
I don't like being out of my element. If you can, explain to me everything you know about the Eldari.
I couldn't identify what system or where she came from, but I know she was a ranger. So in all likelihood, she's a lot better with her rifle than I am. And in all likelihood, she could be anywhere and we wouldn't know it. She probably has nearly arcane gear, and she could literally be hiding in shadows right now.
Viggy, on that note, can Gershon roll Forbidden Lore Eldar to get more information on her. Just like
more,
his
more,
reflecting.
more than he already has? I thought you rolled one last time and got most.
I think I was the only
No.
person who got it last time.
No. This was off screen.
Oh, fair enough.
I don't think you. I think it was just for, like the Spirit Stone thing, nothing else.
Fair enough. Roll. Yeah, sure. Roll Forbidden Lore Xenos Eldar.
I will continue to inform Rosalina about what an Eldar Ranger is.
Indeed. Toby, rename that skill to Craft World Eldar because
I need to change that.
okay. So what exactly? What information exactly were you
Just
after?
general information like a craft world.
Oh, you have no idea of telling what Craft World she is from.
Just like general information. Besides that, she's just a pathfinder.
I'm gonna assume Polonia casts fill in on Eldar that she knows.
Yeah, I tell you everything I know. And I know quite a bit.
I'm guessing like you, Toby, just when it comes up, you can know things about the Eldar.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because there's so much information that I could give you, but I don't want to give because it would be overload of info. Besides, most people know what an Eldar is, at least those who are watching. So yeah.
Yep, so now the party does too.
Well,
Yeah.
just,
Harold.
yeah, except for Harold. No, but
those
anyway.
those who care know. So,
These creatures
actually,
pose a great danger to the Imperium. I just can't trust them.
Not anymore if the legends are right. They're waning people who are doomed. Their legends talk about some sort of great thirsting devourer that's going to get them all eventually. That's probably just ridiculous, though. Still, I don't think they pose any threat. Most of them live in secluded societies, and like I said, that's the first one I've ever seen in my life.
now, for reference, Polonia has. I'm going to say that that the rogue trader that she was under, whose name I'm blanking on. Let me grab it real quick.
Alright, we may have to retcon what I just said.
Oh, no. Like, I won't retcon the fact that she's never seen an Eldar before this. However, I will say that she has had some Xenos interaction. And let's see, where is it? Did I go past it?
Polonia,
Yes.
how is it that you came into this information?
Oh, there were lots of rumors and legends about Eldari back on 4 Elise. I'm not exactly sure why, but we seem to have an abundance of knowledge on them there.
You share a lot of common similarities between them.
Think so? I'll kind of take that comment and just consider it. He was really pretty. I hope that's what you mean.
I'm actually going to look right at your ears.
Roll for me another willpower.
Beep. Boop.
Ooh, nice. You hear Polonia's voice, almost as a whisper, when you hear her say, "It's not a mutation; it's a birth defect." I do believe you keep calling it.
Yes, I keep saying it's a birth defect.
Indeed, and you heard that.
Polonia,
Yes.
are the Eldar a close enough species to humanity to breed?
Well,
And I'm going to look right at you.
I look down and look back at you and say it doesn't happen very often.
Roll for me, Medicaid. Roll for me, Medicaid, -40.
Ooh, yeah, you're right. Actually, would that be better if I rolled Forbidden Lore Eldar?
No, this is a total, like, you have the ability to roll the Medicaid test because you have the Xenos lore.
I'll go ahead and forbidden Laura, or actually not forbidden Laura. I'm gonna go ahead and use the fate point and reroll it.
Fair enough. There you go. You know that you are, as far as you are aware, the genetic makeup between the two species is too great to allow for, and the copulation method is too different to allow for any hybrids, and you shudder at the thought.
But I succeeded.
Yeah. You know that it's not possible.
But it is.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
No, Vicky, it actually is canon in the lore.
Let me go over this one day.
I thought we went over this and it wasn't.
No, that
There-
Space Marine captain is still canon.
There are
First,
it's definitely a thing in the fluff. Like an Eldar woman can mate with a human man.
yeah, but
I
can
don't
they
know if
actually
there's. Yes.
can they actually get like viable offspring off that?
That's the thing that we debated.
Eh.
Well, as far as Polonia would know.
As
All
far,
right.
as
You
far
got
as
me
Polonia
there.
knows, as far as Polonia knows, they are two different.
As far as I know, the genetic information wouldn't allow for viable offspring.
I'm gonna take a risk really quickly and read her mind. Or I'll attempt.
Oh yeah, just to fill in some information for
Oh shit,
Polonia?
I'm gonna reroll that.
Yeah, you should do that. She was under rogue trader Maxelian Vor, the man who discovered Forelise, and that man had a sanctioned crute.
No double.
So Polonia does have some experience when it comes to interacting with Xenos, though the
So,
crute were
Can
somewhat
we say that I
silly.
suddenly just have a thought pop into my head and be like, oh yeah, that rifle you have is the freaking Crute rifle.
I mean, I guess you recognized it?
We'll say that I just didn't really actively think of it until now being back on a ship with a rogue trader.
Yeah, you can bring that up if you want.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be very suspicious of you. Like, I'm gonna kind of like look at you and just be like, and look down. Anyway.
So, anything else you want to discuss before we move on?
No, I think we can go to Kershaw.
No?
Yes.
What am I doing? Oh, yeah.
You were going to the brig again?
Yeah, did anyone come with?
No, I'm in my room.
Harold's in his room drinking disinfectant.
You know what? Oh, God damn it. I... Roll toughness test for me, Pri.
You straight up.
Straight up toughness. You're fine. So, this is actually some good quality stuff.
That's good.
I feel clean.
Oh, your poor gut bacteria.
Oh my god.
I sympathize with it. Oh no, he's just performing xenocide on his own body.
In like 200 years, we're gonna go to your planet and they're gonna be drinking disinfectant and it's just gonna be a standard cultural thing.
Who says it's not?
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
You don't know Raxian culture.
You're right, I have no idea.
Nobody of you fuckers even talked to Harold. He's just alone in his room drinking disinfectant.
But at this,
Oh.
when my conversation with Rosalina concludes, I'll go to bed.
Really quickly, I'm gonna look at Polonia and just be like, Polonia. I just dropped my
Whoa.
phone.
Don't do that.
Anyway, Polonia.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and try to find that Eldar Well, Eldari, I have a few questions for her.
At the thought of finding her, I'll kind of laugh and say, "Good luck. I'm going to bed, Rosalina."
I'm gonna get my bolt pistol and ready it. And put it on
Fair
my
enough.
side. Alright, Kershaw, that's you.
Yeah, hold on. I archived the... No, wait, I didn't. I'm just being silly. I thought I archived the map. And we go right here. Oh shit, I forgot to re-establish order. I'm actually gonna... Yeah. Let's do this.
You just bring him into the interrogation room.
Oh, no. Like, I'm gonna just real quickly... I forgot to clean up the brick after the escapes thing. So I will do this. And this. Toby. I'm gonna say that... no, I'm actually not gonna have Tarvok go alongside, because that would just be silly. I would have to roleplay him. Okay, I need one more thing. I need to delete you. Go away. Oh, did I move the players? Yeah, I did. That's a shame. So,
No, where's Harold
move.
there again?
Alright, let's pop him back in here. And move this. So, there you go. There's his cell. And let's close the door. God damn it. Close, you dumb... Ah. There we go. And move him here. There we go. So, as you walk closer to the indicated cell, you peek inside the armor glass window, and you see a man lying on the top bunk of the cell with his hands behind his head.
Approach. Now I'm gonna knock at it.
Dink, dink, dink. And the man looks up and turns around. And let's see. He looks around and stands up and jumps down from the bunk. Walks up to you and says, "Oh, and who might you be?" Oh wait, hold on. He should probably
Like he would recognize me from
yeah,
the Fury
he-
fight.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I forgot that he'd actually seen you. Never mind. And he tries to get a better view out the armor glass window as he looks to either side. So, yeah, how about springing me out? I thought our deal is still good, right?
Deal?
Yeah, like, where's the big
Reaffirm
guy?
the deal? He's sleeping.
Ugh, what is this garbage? It's can't you ever trust a giant man with a ripped off arm these days? What is it? So, I'm guessing you're here for a reason, right?
Yes.
And
We'll get to this deal later. I'm kind of curious. But first thing, I hear you've been having some trouble with inheritors lately.
look, just because I spotted them outside of the brig doesn't mean that I know where they are.
I hear that Het kind of messed up your operation.
Messed up is a strong word, but yeah, he put a little dent in my plans.
And we'll tell you what. I'll tell you some good news. You're most likely not going to be burned by plasma generators.
Oh, what a relief.
So, where was your little operation? If you tell me, I can go kill it.
Now that's
And
I failed to see
I'm
how
gonna-
that benefits me.
I'm going to go into my jacket, reach in, and I'm going to pull out my bounty hunter's license, put it on the glass for him to see. It benefits you because I don't turn you into the sanctuaries, and I get the bounty on hit.
Huh. Wait. He is actually going to roll scrutiny on that because
Yeah, I am.
there is no bounty on head. Let's see.
Well, that he knows of.
Yeah, well, he can spot you. So let's see. Scrutiny versus the fellowship. So here goes. 46 barely doesn't make it. Do you fail harder?
Let's see. Receive. Yeah. Fate point plus 10.
Indeed.
Reroll. Sheesh.
Ouch.
He
He got you, man. And that shouldn't even, the plus 10 doesn't carry over, sadly.
In the back of your mind, you just hear, aha.
Aha.
Don't worry, I have
good try, but I happen to know. Actually, who are you kidding? There's no bounty on Het. You're after it. You're after him for something else, bud. What that is, I don't care. I just want out of here. Besides, the big guy already sprung me out, and my deal with him is no longer valid if he doesn't, keep up his part of it.
Well, you see, there's no official bounty on Hat's head.
Oh, so you
Do
just want to kill him then?
Yes and no.
I can respect that.
The thing is, there's people Head works for, and they aren't too happy with him. So, they tasked me to get rid of him. Besides, it helps you, right? He screwed you over. Now you can screw him over. So, where was this little operation?
Actually, roll a charm for this.
Any modifier?
Plus 10. He will roll willpower against it.
Kobe.
He fails horribly. Fine. I'll tell you where. Did you actually connect the inheritors to Het in regards to this guy? Okay, fair enough. All right, fine. The last I saw them was in the corpse hold, where I saw those black-clad freaks as they were jangling about.
Fair enough. So, I'm intrigued. What was this deal with my big friend?
Oh, simple. He lets me out, and I split the profit of my haul with him, and we both make a lot of money.
Well, it seems to me you're getting out of here regardless, so how about you tell me where this little stash is, yes? I go secure it?
Nah, I don't trust you enough for that. I'd rather have it hidden away in the ship with no one getting it if I can't. Besides, if I'm getting kicked off the ship, I won't get an opportunity to grab it, and I'm not about to let you do that.
So after he says this, I'm going to tap the combat a couple times to see who responds.
Unfortunately,
I'm trying to notion to Harold, see if he's still awake.
Sadly, you are too far away from the upper decks of the Oath Unspoken, and there is too much interference. All you get back is a silent link. You will have to trundle back to the upper decks if you want to speak with any of them.
You do realize you're not going to get sprung anytime soon, yeah?
Yeah, I do, but a man has his professional pride.
Fair enough. I guess I'll just find them on my own. And it won't be that hard. Not
It's a
that
big
smart.
ship.
He did say it was a, you said 10-kilometer ship. That's
Yeah.
battleship sized.
Actually,
We're in the warp and we have time.
let's see.
And he just narrowed down his operation area.
Let's see.
Nope, that's all I want.
Double check. How long is? Oh, my bad. Sorry. It's a. My bad. I will retcon the number that he said to 4.5 kilometer long. That's a Dauntless light cruiser, by the way. So yeah,
Yeah.
I double checked the ship, and it is huge. Still.
Yeah. I got one
So-
on one.
Okay, so we're going to let me just move us like right here, because let's just have that be the place where Ren is listening to stuff. So, where's where Ren goes looking. So, Ren, roll for me an awareness. Actually, I will. Man, it's almost like I've been vacationing with my lovely, lovely girlfriend for a week because I have very little prepared for this. Let's see. And cease your giggling because I have to roll this manually.
Ha.
Ha. So, let's see. She has an agility of 47 with
Stealth
an
plus 3.
unnatural agility of 3. And she has stealth plus 20, so that she needs a 60.
And the chameleon cloak.
That is true, so 87.
And they get 2 additional degrees of success on the test.
No, so Ren, roll for me an awareness test.
I'm gonna spend 2 command points to up it by 20.
Damn.
I thought you can only bump it up plus 10.
No, you can in theory spend all of your fate point to get pluses on rolls.
Fair enough.
There's nothing that says you can't. Also, same with degrees of success.
Do I spend my last fate point to re-roll that?
That would be a 34 that you would need. Honestly, do you want to spend all of your fate points on this?
Yep.
Oh my
Go
god,
for it.
she's an Eldar Pathfinder.
Found it.
Holy shit.
Now,
God, she's gonna do hers and get like 12 degrees of success.
oh no, she rolled an 85. She needed an 87.
Oh shit.
Now.
Just 3 degrees.
Now, because both of you got a singular degree of success, that means you go to characteristics, and she has an agility characteristic of 7, and your perception, her agility bonus is 7. Your perception bonus
Aw.
is 3. She wins on a technicality, however, for the effort.
Also, there's
That's, yeah.
Oh.
Also, yeah.
If can you just say I narrowed it down to where I think she is?
I'll do you one better. Oh yeah, I forgot. Dude, where'd you get that rule?
it's right under Eldar Ranger in the core rulebook.
Oh, fair enough. Oh yeah, they do indeed share special rules. Oh, that's right. Never mind. She actually, there would have been a. I was just suspicious that you got it from the adventure module. Never mind. Never mind.
Ooh.
So, yes, indeed, she did score. Never mind. Actually, yeah, she did get 3 degrees of success, so she won regardless.
Okay,
So,
so,
one
can
one
I have
for
my
succeeding.
fate point back?
No? I mean,
Because then there would be no way for me to get... Yeah, because Toby just kind of ruined that whole thing for me.
no, you could have won if you had rolled under a 10, you would have won.
I mean,
Had you gotten, for instance, on the first test, had you rolled under a 20, you would have won on the opposed test. So there was a chance.
I had a whole thing planned and Toby ruined it again.
With what?
With finding her.
well, I mean, she is a pathfinder, and that is the rule.
Hold
fair
on.
is fair.
Actually, I was going to do something, and it's not quite ruined. So, as Ren walks, where exactly is she looking? Is she in the upper decks? Is she going through to the lower decks, rough area, Alexis?
Well, I'm assuming she would stick to the higher decks where the more wealthy people are because there's less people there. I'm also looking for spots that I think Polonia would hide as a sniper. Once I rule it down to one location, that's when I was just going to stop and call out for her.
Fair enough. As you move around and spend some hours searching, you narrow it down to the hall, to the great hall behind the bridge, the great walkway that connects the back of the ship and the front of the ship. I'm not sure what that's called, but as you call out, you can hear from the shadows, "So, you have been looking for me, Mankai?"
Yes, I have. And I'm just going to bite my tongue at the last second. Yes.
You hear the voice, but it is coming from somewhere within the shadows, and you do not see the Eldar itself. So, what would a...
I'm going to hit the record button on the chair real quick.
Indeed. So, what sort of conversation would a monkey wish to have?
One that I never thought that I would have with any of your species.
Oh, please. No need for that sort of language. Or maybe my low Gothic is failing me.
I'm curious about a question that came up.
Hmm?
And I'm going to giggle a little bit. What can you tell me about this ship, your interactions on it with the people?
Oh, I try to keep away from the pilgrims. Nothing like a bit of xenocidal mania to rile up the people heading to their graves.
Would there ever come a time when your race and our race would not be killing each other?
I doubt it.
Well, times may change. Now, I have one more question for you.
Yes?
I'm no magus biologist, nor will I admit to understanding how biology actually works. But, is it possible for your breed and my breed, well, to interbreed?
You hear a soft giggle coming from the shadows as the Eldar finishes laughing. Forgive me, but I find the concept to be quite funny.
Well, there is one story of it happening already.
Oh, that's probably just a myth.
It comes from a Farseer.
Actually, Polonia, roll for me. Actually, no, you did like super succeed
Yeah, I did.
on the Xenos lore. Oh, oh, no, that was the Rogue Trader roll. Did you
Oh, I got the
succeed on
Xenos
his?
one too.
Where
I got a
was that?
27 on out of like 44 when you made me make a Medicaid test on it. So that was 3 degrees of success I got on it. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
27
Also,
Yeah.
43.
I'm wondering if anybody gets the Love Can Bloom reference.
That was the one I was talking about.
Hey, there was never.
Yes,
Livy
there
never
is.
had a.
Listen, Viggy, the
Livy
way
never had
Eldar
a kid.
reproduction works is an Eldar woman has to be inseminated several times during her pregnancy.
Yeah, but human
She,
de-
for some reason, mated with a human man during that point, or if she mated mostly with a human man.
just because Taldir wanted a monkey sex doll does not mean they had a kid.
There's also the second astropath of the Ultramarines.
Wait, astropath? Don't you mean librarian?
No, he's a librarian astropath.
That's just silly.
Yes.
Does he have his eyes?
Honestly, I think so.
Oh, that's just dumb.
But it's canon, and he is a hybrid.
Anyways,
I want.
And that humans and Eldar can do it.
They can do it just fine. I'm just saying they can't have kids.
Well, no, that is the offspring of an Eldar and a human.
I don't want that to be true, but
That is true.
I wish I didn't have to rely on how old fluff for that to be a thing.
We'll debate this off camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it is something for like people in the comments to argue about, and I'm okay with that. For the purposes of this conversation, the Eldar will imply that it's not possible.
Would
So,
she at least admit that having sex with a Monkai was a possibility?
she will do that. So let's do that. I will admit that there is enough similarities between the two for a pleasurable discourse to take place. You get the feeling that this Eldar's low Gothic is a bit rough. And although I am not sure that a Monkai could, that a male Monkai could keep up with the demand of our reproduction cycle.
I'd love to introduce you to Harold. I'm pretty sure he could. Anyway.
Oh, you mean the brute? So that's his name. He's the quiet, strong type, yes?
Yes, he is.
Ah, I see.
But I do have a legit question.
Yes?
While discussing your race with one of my teammates, a topic of a legend came up.
Oh, you mean the mutant? That is what you call them? Those abnormal, yes?
Yes. I'm actually gonna smile at that.
Yes, she has some similarities. And at this, the Eldari steps out of the shadow and leans up against the bulkhead and twitches one of her the point of one of her ears.
I'm just gonna watch her do this and just be like, I knew it. Anyway, what is the legend of the god that's trying to kill you? Well, your race.
Please, I prefer not speaking of she who thirsts. Besides, we have ways around it.
So I've heard something about a stone, if I'm not mistaken.
Ah, yes. She, let's see, actually, where is she keeping that on her? Yeah, no. If I'm looking at this picture of Morano correctly, She does not appear to wear it openly. I'm just going to say she pulls on the scarf, scarf-like thing that's around her neck, and reveals to you a deep green gem that's inlaid into the top of her armor.
Now, I know this might... You fear what I believe you call the great enemy.
Of course.
We call the monsters, myths, demons.
An adequate term for the Neverborn, but they go by many names.
I've often heard them referred to as Khitan.
They are known by so many names, by so many cultures that you could really use use any name, and it would be applicable.
Do these things actually seek out witch minds?
They do. And for my race, this is the eternal struggle.
I'm gonna take a step back to this, like I just got a revelation and I'm kind of scared.
When you take the step back, the Eldar tilts her head as if looking at you from a different perspective. I see. Now I get why you seek me out. You walk in the witch path, and all I see is that it leads to war. Be it your own personal conflict or something greater.
Unfortunately. Yes.
I have to grab a name real quick. Be right back. Ask her another question while I search for this.
This only happened recently, and I don't properly understand it. I know your race is filled with witch minds, and I have a humble request of you.
Yes?
And I'm gonna put my bolt pistol and my sword and my flamer on the ground and bow to her. Can you train me?
Train you?
Teach me how to use this.
I am no farseer. I am not an active... I do not walk in the witch path. I could not tell you where to go, and were I to step you off the path, it would lead you to ruin or worse. She, the Eldari looks off to the side and whispers, just barely enough so you can hear, Manchthiel could perhaps... No, she would never take it in. The word you heard, the name you heard, at least you take a wild guess that it spelled something like this.
Who is that?
Huh? Oh, pretend you never heard that. She is one of my kin.
You understand how hard it was for me to ask you that, right?
To ask Xenos for assistance? I can pretend. The Imperial citizenry is oft closed-minded.
Closed-minded, xenophobic. Yes.
The fact that you came here with possible hostile intent is not lost on me. You could have tried to kill me, but
I'm not gonna lie. I thought about it.
I see. Do I have to worry about it in the future?
I'm gonna pick up my bolter. Well, my bolt pistol, put it on my side, and my sword, and the flamer. I keep forgetting that I carry 3 weapons now.
Yeah.
No. Thank you for your time.
Monkai, I have one question for you, seeing how I answered some of yours.
Yes.
What is that? She points to Riza. It is a curious thing.
She is my daughter.
You gave birth to that?
I gave birth to a child, and disease ravaged her.
Why did you not let her pass with some dignity?
Our lives
She
are the
seemed...
Emperor's.
Go ahead.
Our lives are the Emperor's currency, and we must spend it wisely.
It seems her is already spent. And she's... You see a smile on the Eldar's face as if she's laughing at some private joke.
I'm just gonna grip my bolt pistol, like, really tightly.
Let me roll an awareness against that, because this thing has insane perception, so she needs a 69 to succeed. Goddamn. Yeah, she... her eyes flicker downward at your tightening grip. Now, I said, you said I would not have to worry, so will you immediately break your word?
No. I didn't.
All right.
I didn't. The Lockwood family household serves the Imperium forever. Even in death, we serve.
That is a strange way to serve. How does one serve when one is dead? The Eldar asks, philosophically.
Our bodies. They can still be used long after our brain ceases. Although, I'm not sure about her.
We have a... the Eldari have a more elegant solution to what you seem to practice. But that such is the way of things.
I'm gonna wipe my face really quickly and start walking away.
Be careful now. Your destination is closer than you think.
And I'm gonna walk back to my room.
Indeed. So, I'm guessing Kershaw is also going to retire for now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because we...
Real quick, as we're going back, can I make an awareness test to make sure I'm not being followed?
Yes, you can.
At this point,
Well, specs would help. Oh yeah.
Hot damn. As you look around, you make sure that you are not followed, and indeed, as you reach the upper decks of the Oath Unspoken, all you seem to be surrounded by are the more privileged passengers aboard the ship.
can I spot Rosalina as she walks back to her room? At this point, I would have woken up.
No, like, I'm gonna say that time hasn't skipped just yet.
No, I woke up.
No, like, what, did you sleep for,
Yeah, I
2
had a
hours?
nightmare. And I would have seen her coming back. And I wanted to talk to her in character before we
actually, this is a perfect time to go to Polonia on this, because let's move us right here for this.
I'm not gonna do anything but what a Kershaw noticed, Ren. I'm not gonna do anything, just character's mental note.
We're at 2 different levels.
Yeah,
But we're heading to the same area.
that is true.
I'm only asking because just high degrees, that's all.
Yeah, let's be with 7 degrees of success. Actually, no, 8 degrees of success. Hot damn. With that, yes, I'm going to say that you spot her as you both are retiring to your separate rooms.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on. So, Polonia, roll me a willpower.
Okay. I fail it.
You fail it.
So that gives me fatigue, I think, from my dream.
That wasn't what I was going for.
Oh.
So, as you fall asleep, you find yourself in a vivid dream. You are standing in what appears to be a basilica of some type, as you can see this roof, the arch roof, stretching impossibly far up into the distance, culminating in a shadowy roof where no light can penetrate. You see a statue of what appears to be an imperial saint of some kind. Do you actually have any relevant lore skill for this? I need to double check.
Yeah, I'll check too.
Let's see. You...
Nope.
Would forbidden lore humans count on this? Nah, it probably
I
doesn't.
don't think
What?
so. That would more pertain to like medical knowledge and stuff. I figured that'd be more like I knew secret biology.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, you do not have the necessary knowledge for this. However, you can roll for me an intelligence minus 20 just to see if you recognize this thing. Man, you should probably...
I should probably reroll it. I've got
No, it's not that. It's that Harold and Pelunia should possibly grab common lore Ascalon, since you're from here. Yeah.
Might be a good idea.
Actually, with your character background, I may just give you that.
Okay.
Since you're the only two natives? Yeah, you're the only two natives of the Ascalon sector.
I think you're right.
Yeah. I'll consider it after the session. We'll see. So, as you gaze upon this statue, you recognize it as that being of some local Ascalian saint, though his features are too distorted for you to recognize. You see, all around you, there appear to be people sitting in the pews, all staring, their heads turned up towards the roof. As you look
towards the roof.
As you look towards the roof, you can see what appears to be a pair of red lights reminiscent of eyes as they burn with inhuman hatred. As you gaze into the red eyes, the whole scene bursts into flame, and the screams of the dying church, the basilica of the burning flock. Oh, God damn it!
I'll begin looking around, extremely concerned, but
Yes.
still in a dreamlike, almost distant state.
As the screams of the living rise to a higher crescendo, you are jolted out of your sleep. You're jolted into wakefulness. There we go. And roll for me a d5.
Okay.
You get 3 corruption points.
Oh crap. Okay. Well, at that point, after cleaning myself up, upon seeing Ren coming back in, I'll ask her, so did you ever find her? And I imagine I would look pretty terrible.
You do. You look poorly slept, and your hair is unkempt. Ren?
Sorry, I had my mic muted.
God damn it.
Yes. Yes, I found her.
I'll give a look of surprise and say, really?
You two share a lot in common. It was easy to find her once I figured where you would go.
Maybe. I was thinking about something the rogue trader said, though.
Yes?
Are we really just trained killers for the Inquisition?
Investigators. But unfortunately, death, doom, follows us.
But our investigations always end with execution, don't they?
Yes. But we punish those that have wronged the Imperium.
I will look down and away in contemplation and say nothing.
Sorry.
Damn it.
That got me.
Who ordered the hunting nets?
There we go.
For anyone reading the Roll20 chat, you were in for a laugh. Actually, it can. The stream is good enough quality, right?
Yeah, they can
read
read it.
rolls. Fair
Alright,
enough.
I'll look back to Ren and say... I'll be reminded by that, oddly enough, by Harold walking around naked, and say, I had a horrific dream. What did you talk to that Eldar about?
I'm just gonna quickly glance at her, glance at Riza, and then just... Legends.
Oh?
You can roll scrutiny against me, just letting you know.
Yeah, but I'm gonna fail it.
You say that. There's a 10% chance.
Favor me, Slanesh.
Rolls a 6.
That would be fantastic.
Nope.
No.
Embrace Snuffle.
Embrace Nuffle, for he's the one true god.
Rest your
Yeah,
mind.
right. Anyway, what were you saying?
Rest your mind, Polonia. We have work to do in the morning.
I'll try, but I don't know if I'll be able to get any more sleep tonight.
With tonight being a relative thing.
Yeah, that's right.
Shipboard time, it is the night shift.
So I would just call it night. I'm pretty comfortable on the ship.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Well, at that, I will let Ren retire and continue just pacing around the upper deck.
Actually, as you are finishing in conversation, the two of you roll an awareness.
Okay.
No, actually, yeah, you got it. So,
She got it.
mid-sentence, as Ren is... So, Ren and Polonia are speaking with Polonia's back facing the door. And
Yeah.
as Ren looks over Polonia's head, I'm guessing she's like head taller.
Yeah, Rosalina is notably taller than me. I'm only
Yeah.
5'3".
Yeah, I do believe that. I do believe she stands head taller. Ren, you notice the butt naked form of Harold walking past. You note that with those degrees of success, that his eyes are closed. Do you look away?
Roll willpower.
Roll willpower.
It's not that bad looking.
It's not that.
She can look away.
She can look away. She tears her eyes away.
Why would I tear my eyes away?
Oh,
I'm
if you had failed.
I'm gonna
If
look
you
at
had
him and just start slightly giggling. Riza, close your eyes.
You see
What?
the cherub try to hover into view as the naked form of Harold walks past.
I will look around obliviously and
Sadly,
as he walks past.
as soon as he walks past, you sadly miss him as you turn around.
What were you laughing at?
There's a naked Harold. And I'm just gonna point right to him.
I will turn around the hallway and see Harold naked walking by. And then actually, I will think about the humor of the situation and then think about how dangerous sleepwalking actually is. And then I will think about how dangerous Harold is. And I'll look over to Rosalina and say, we should probably wake him up, but should we wake him up?
Do you want to get attacked by him?
No, but it would be dangerous for him to wander around like that.
Roll for me a Medicaid test, Mope, with a -10. Got it.
Yep.
You realize that with Harold walking in his sleep, that would mean that he is operating on a subconscious level, meaning if he were to meet any resistance, he would no doubt go to his immediate response, and you knowing Harold would no doubt be violence.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to fix the makeup around my eyes and then just go to walk past Polonia.
Maybe we should let the crewmen on deck. I guess I won't be sleeping. I'll go let them know, and at least not to bother him and keep an eye on him.
Just put something in his path and have him fall over it and wake up. Get a distance from him. I'm going to retire.
Good night, Rosalina. At that, I will try to find some sort of stool to place in front of Harold so that he falls over as she described. But I will place it away like a ticking bomb and make sure to keep my distance from when he wakes up.
So, as you run around, Harold, and you find a piece of furniture, which happens to be let's just say, weapon stand, and you place it in front of him, weapons facing away. And Harold, roll for me a toughness test.
Just gonna barrel through it.
Yep. He sure does.
Yeah!
He just literally kicks the thing, it just goes right out of his way.
Indeed.
I'm looking around from around the corner like, oh, I guess I'll have to rethink this plan.
However, when this happens and it gets kicked past, you see Harold stand a lot straighter than he did, his hands at his side, almost as if standing to attention. Then he does a sharp about face and starts marching as if on parade in the other direction from which he came from.
I don't have common law Imperial Guard, so I would not understand.
No, it's strange, as if in his dream he is following some parade ground instruction.
As a doctor, I'm not certain I can just let him go, but as the same note, I acknowledge my physical limitation to wake him up without putting myself in danger.
Indeed, and you don't want to, do anything silly.
It might be better to just let him sleepwalk.
Yeah, do you want to keep an eye on him, or do you just let him walk about?
Considering that I probably won't be getting much sleep tonight, I'll go ahead and keep an eye on him while I'm pacing around.
Indeed.
But I'll be sure to keep a good distance from him and let any armsmen that I see nearby know to just keep an eye out for him and not to wake him up if they know what's coming for them.
Indeed. Actually, Pre, care to... do you just mind if I sleepwalk your character for you, or should I give control over to you?
Yes, do it, you. I was just gonna say, as he walks past Polona, he's going to raise his arm in a salute and just walk away.
Not like looking at her, but he just simply salutes when he walks past her. That's fair enough. So, as Harold's little evening walk arrives back at his room, he takes a sharp turn to the left and is about to enter his room when a trio of noblewomen gasp at the sight of him when they walk past the hallway.
Do I see them?
You do indeed see them. They gasp at first, but they seem somewhat hypnotized by the sight before them.
Well, I'm not gonna stop them.
Well, as soon as Harold enters his room, the spell seems broken, and the ladies blush and start giggling between each other.
I'm also gonna probably try to keep my distance from them because I look terrible.
Don't want anyone to see your awful looks.
I have standards.
What might
I'm
the
very
ladies
self-conscious
say?
of them now, especially after what that elf said to me.
You're not pretty.
Oh,
Aw,
it's
don't
gonna
say
make me have
that.
more nightmares.
Oh no. Oh, that's a shame. So, time skip then, or does anyone want to do anything specific?
I'm just imagining Harold just puts his arms out and takes all three women to his bedroom. Still
Nah.
asleep.
Not quite.
Okay, yeah,
Time
time
skip.
skip.
So, with that, time passes, and I'm gonna say, yeah, just full 8 hours pass, and I'm guessing Polonia does something in the meantime. You have free time to fill in whatever you want.
We'll just say I walk around contemplating and stuff. I'm checking the effects of my nightmare thing right now.
Indeed.
Do we regain any wounds if we have any lost?
You know what? I'm going to say that 24 hours have passed since the last time you healed, meaning you regain your toughness bonus in wounds, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think natural healing is toughness bonus in wounds. If you are lightly wounded, you are lightly wounded, Pre.
Yeah, and that brings Harold back up to full health.
Damn, he heals quick.
Okay, so I'll
He's
just
a-
put 1 level of fatigue today.
Indeed, with 1 level of fatigue, because you slept poorly. So, the warband wakes up. Are you going to gather in Ren's room or anywhere else? I'm guessing Ren's room.
Harold is just going to put on his pants and walk into the room.
Okay.
Yes, nothing else more than pants.
Indeed. So, as the Acolytes gather with a half-naked Harold in the room, discuss next steps.
Krishan's still knocked out.
Fair enough. 4 of you are gathered in Ren's room, with Tarvok seeming to frantically type on his data slate as you three are talking.
Yep.
I don't like the idea of our Inquisitor coming here. Kirshan, yours should suffice.
Kirshan
He's
isn't.
not there.
Yeah, he's on
Kirshan's Inquisitor should suffice for that.
You should relay all this information to the Inquisitor, to our Inquisitor, but you're right, I don't understand how we'd be able to contact him right now.
I plan to... You are correct, but I want to do it on an astropath that isn't part of this crew.
Good luck finding one. We don't exactly have free access to a choice selection of astropaths.
You are correct.
Man, it would be nice to have a personal astropath.
Wouldn't it be great if we had like a psyker?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's not go into that.
Either
Besides,
way.
she can barely mind read, let alone send messages across the vastness of space.
You're not wrong. I think you need a little more training before they'd consider you for the Astrotelepathica.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Besides, they probably, in your current state, they might just decide to feed you to the Astronomicon.
No,
Hey,
they definitely would. No, they definitely would. You are not strong enough. They would totally feed you to the Emperor.
Hey, I have other skills.
They don't care, Alexis. You would be fed to the Emperor, and we both know it.
I
We're
am-
soul binding.
Anyway,
I'm sorry, I just had to point that out because I knew you'd get all pissy and moany about it.
shut your face. Anyway,
Yeah.
It's true.
Harold.
Anyway,
Harold, what do you think about this?
I wouldn't say that we bring Hunt into this.
Let's avoid using his name.
There's no one listening.
That we know of.
actually, I'm gonna have Tarvok roll a tech use to see if he can detect any listening devices. Let's see.
I don't even feel comfortable saying Inquisition out loud.
Actually, this would be an awareness with a +20 because he's using the aspects. No.
Use one of his fate points.
Yeah, I will.
Because he would.
For this, yeah, probably. No.
Nope.
As Tarvok is busy scanning around the room with his aspects, excuse me, he reports that he finds no listening devices in this room, at least, or else his aspects is faulty, which he prays to the Omnisci that it is not.
That, last night I looked into the Eldar. The Eldari.
Actually, like, you being just humans, you can call them just Eldar, because that's what humans call them.
Nah, I'm gonna keep calling him Eldari until that name sticks.
The what?
Fair enough.
I wish I could call them elves in character.
No, you can't.
The
They are not space elves.
Anyway,
again, what? The what?
the Eldari, that...
Xenos.
the Inquisitor, the Rogue Trader's pet.
What was her name again, Biggie?
Morino. Let me type that in the chat.
I'll just say that to Harold. The woman, Moreno.
Oh, that one.
She was not human.
To Harold, she looked as if though she would snap in half at the slightest touch.
Oh, you mean the tiny woman?
The twiggy one.
Yes. I had a rather long discussion with her last night.
What did you talk to her about in specific?
I discussed their legends and how they are hunted. I also asked them if they bared any hostility towards us.
What do you mean, hunted? By us?
No. Remember when we discussed their legends?
Yeah.
Well, the thing that they are hunted by reminded me of the demons that we fight. I wanted to know if...
Going to give a horrified look at the thought of that and say, I didn't think that was real.
The look on, well, what I assumed to be the look on her face, it was, the resonance in her voice gave me a good idea that she was indeed telling me the truth. But...
Though it is hard to tell with Xenos.
Yep. But
I'm going to, at this moment, remember to myself that demons are in fact real and become very, very frightened.
I wanted to know if we had any common ground, if a war between us would ever stop for any reason.
What did she say?
No.
She was doubtful, though she does not represent her entire race.
Well, I'm going to take Rosalina's perspective on that.
She doesn't think so.
I guess that's what she thinks. Though I've dealt with other Xenos before who weren't awful. Little hard to interact with, but I don't think they all have malicious intent. Maybe it's different for the Eldar.
If you need a name for that Kroot, sanctioned one, it's right there.
I would also say it would be a terrible shame if that's true what you're saying, that she is a Xenos. She looked rather fetching.
Please tell me you're not a xenophile too.
I am a man with needs.
I'm just gonna look at you
myths
like...
that I heard... Oh, go ahead.
I'm just gonna look at, like... I'm just gonna kind of be like, what about... No.
Toby, care to walk in?
Nope, he's still napping.
God damn.
Right. Well, Polony will speak up and say, well, Ren, the legends on For Elise said that they were all extremely beautiful, and she held up to the legend.
To some.
Do keep in mind that they are elegant and graceful to a disturbing level. So keep that in mind. It's the beauty thing is almost off-putting.
Now, we need to discuss the next part of this plan. I don't trust this rogue trader.
I still don't understand why, but I'll defer to your judgment.
Well, Harold, you know how we should keep secrets, right?
Yes.
Our normal course of action is no survivors, isn't that correct?
That is true.
What do you say about this man?
We would not want to risk his anger. I mean, he's the captain of a ship.
That's my problem with him. He's got us in a point where we can't punish him.
So what you're saying is, he can do whatever he wants with us.
Yes, and that's the problem.
Yeah, you have... So far, you have not come up against anyone that outranks you in such a massive scale. So far, you've all been dealing with low life and local law and things of that nature. This is a most different situation you find yourselves in.
Yeah, this guy outranks the Inquisitor in most regards.
Oh, just in case, if I'm putting in some analytical stuff about the situation, just imagine Tarwak is speaking up and giving you some insight into things.
Colonia will confirm everything Tarvok says and be like, yeah, this guy, he has more authority than who we work for.
So...
damn, no one has Forbidden Lore Inquisition, never mind. Actually, Mope, roll for me Common Law Rogue Traders. Fate point?
Yeah, I'll fate point it. And
Ouch.
there's my last fate point.
Yeah, I'm going to let
Do not
that.
help Carvok.
Actually, I'm gonna let Tarvok auto succeed on his lore test when he adds. Yes, but I do believe that the outside of Imperial space hunt would be outranked by this man, but inside Imperial space, none outrank hunt and outrank the Inquisition, save the Emperor, save the Omnisath.
I was there at Tarvok in complete bewilderment at this information that I had no idea about.
So
This
for
is the
now,
problem.
the ultimate authority aboard the ship is the Lord Captain, saying how that there is no Inquisitor on board.
Alright. Let's get Kishan in here. We need to do an investigation on that cult that's aboard this vessel. We need to at least eliminate them.
I suppose, so long as we can operate out of these rooms, we have no reason not to. Unless the captain has anything he wants us to do. He seemed more than happy to entertain us, though.
That is true. Alright. Let's get Kishan in here.
Indeed, so
I'm gonna go
yeah,
on the
you're
comm
gonna-
bead and try to call him. Kishan.
did Kershaw turn off his macro beat before he went to sleep?
Nope.
Reza, play him the song of our people, extra loud.
Oh my god.
What, princess?
Hold
Get them to
on.
sleep.
Hold on. Let me just real quick, just for a thing.
Blame me for this long
Okay, that's enough.
And she stops. I just
Kishan,
wanted to do.
get in here.
Angered muttering comes from the other end of the comm bead. What do you want?
We're talking about the cult that is aboard this vessel. You have information, correct?
Mournful song? I only know that we've sold stuff to them.
Alright. Well, if nothing else, let's go investigate them. Take them out if needed. And do you have any other plans?
Not yet.
Okay.
Though we probably should stop by the choir. I would need to contact Lord Noctine.
Yes. Let's do both of these things.
Indeed. Let me actually check. Here we go. Found it. So, as you get dressed and eat a full breakfast provided by the servants of the Ansifor dynasty, you head off to the astropathic choir. The chamber of the choir is a massive, meant to shelter many astropaths and their attendants. Yet today, the great vaulted chamber is largely empty. The whispers of its remaining inhabitants echoing across the darkness. Tarvok is going to spend another fate point to fill in some background info. He states, with the rising pandemonium, fresh arrivals of astropaths to the Ascalon sector have diminished, and the mighty Ansifor dynasty seems to have not escaped the consequences. At the sector's height, over scores of astropaths of varying ranks attended here, no doubt, assisting the astropath Primus, ready to assume his duty should he succumb to the demands of his station. Inside, you see two astropaths in the chamber, one of which is linked into the main throne of the astropathic chamber.
I'm gonna mutter to Rosalina and say, I always found this place unsettling. It's horrific what some of them put themselves through.
I'm just gonna step back. Like, and just mutter something about the witch mind.
Indeed. So, as you enter the astropathic chamber, the standing astropath turns around and looks straight at the warband and says, "Yes, may I assist you in some way?"
Trishan, this is all you.
Well, is there? I know like a way to saying without saying like top secret information to him, like a keyword that they'd know.
I mean, there is I'm guessing Kershan has sent astropathic messages before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is I forget, like psych paper or something. I forget what it's called, but it's stuff that astropaths can read. And if I'm not mistaken, you can just write down on that a message, and they will translate and send.
So we're just gonna just rewind. Say I pre-wrote this life message. Then I just hand him like a folder.
Indeed. So
of various information.
You will. I am saddened to inform you that this message will have to await the sending until we translate back into real space. Trying to send through the Keller field is all but impossible, and poor Crane is not the man he used to be.
I am well aware.
Indeed, but we will send it as soon as we can.
I'm just gonna turn around.
Indeed. So, leaving or any further questions for the astropath?
Oh, and astropath. One more thing.
That would be, I am Kirill Johannes, for the record. Let me type that into...
Joe?
See, Kirill Johannes. There you go.
So we can't get our message out.
Unfortunately, no. Even if...
So I'm just...
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So, as I say one more thing, I'm gonna lean in to whisper to his ear. Listen. That stays with you. Or not even your master can save you.
Oh, of course. Astropaths take secrecy very seriously.
Just covering my bases. I give him a friendly pat on the shoulder and turn around.
Can I roll scrutiny against that?
Yes, you can.
Well, it was a whisper, not...
Well, she failed. Would that have been awareness? But she would have failed either way.
Well, as we walk out, I will say, thank you for your time, Mr. Johannes. Would I call him Astropath? I'd call him Astropath Johannes. So,
yeah. Much obliged. It is the dull work to be an astropath during work transit.
Well, I'm glad you got some rest.
Indeed. Ren.
Yes.
You actually, with that scrutiny, you actually hear the older plugged-in astropath. You hear him muttering something, though you cannot make out what it is.
Just question.
Hmm?
Can Harold do a mental note on the path they took to get to the astropath?
Yes, you
so he
can.
knows for future things.
Yes, you can. And Harold now knows the way to the astropathic choir. So, leaving?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. So, did you actually discuss your next step aside from the astropathic choir?
Pursue the lead on that cult.
Ah, right. So, corpse hold time.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Where is it? Here we go.
You got this, Viggy. I believe in you.
So, actually,
Chris,
I'm actually going to do a quick retcon.
Mhm.
Did you did mention the corpse hold to the rogue trader, right?
Yes.
I told him that's where I was going to go looking.
Fair enough. Before Kirshen goes to the brig, the rogue trader gets handed. A rogue trader hands you an authentication glyph, so that you are able to get into the corpse hold. He informs you that they are locked for a good part of the journey. So, as you head down to the lower decks of the ship, let's say that, Tarvok was able to pick up the information that the corpse hold line a good chunk of the lower decks, covering almost 1.5 kilometers of space.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it's almost like the cargo holds on the ship are ginormous.
Is a big boat.
'Tis a big boat. In this case, you're not going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah.
As you arrive at the massive plasteel doors that lead to the corpse hold, Kirshan inloads the authentication glyph into the rune bank at the side of the massive doors, and they start slowly to slide apart. Inside, the corpse hold are, to say the least, an unsettling place. Hundreds of thousands of bodies line the walls of the corridors and fill entire rooms, stacked from floor to ceiling in the pallid light.
I'm gonna
The
put on
air
my
is
rebreather.
Indeed. The air is kept uncomfortably chill to ward off decomposition, although this is far from completely effective, and the smell of rotting flesh permeates the region, alongside the overpowering chemical smell of preservatives and embalming fluids.
I'm also gonna put on my rebreather and gloves.
Indeed.
Rebreather.
Harold is gonna take a large sniff.
Toughness plus 20.
Wait,
God damn it.
Harold ain't no bitch.
Indeed.
I'm gonna look at Harold and say, yeah, don't do that.
In some tunnels and chambers, the cooling systems are operating at less than optimum capacity or fail completely, areas that are best to be avoided. For the most part, the holds are eerily silent, save for the spinning of large cooling fans mounted in the ceiling, and the dripping of condensed water or other fluids, and the shuddering of vent shafts as they pumped chilled air in. The silence is occasionally broken by vermin scratching or even gnawing on bodies, collapsing corpse racks, and other disconcerting sounds.
I bet those rats are majorly messed up looking.
Probably.
I'm going to first draw my shotgun, and I want to go to the location of that one guy's skim operation.
He never specified. He only said the corpse holds, which, as we've established, is a humongous area.
We're gonna have to, like, search.
Okay, You can still like see parts of the wall, correct?
Indeed, those that have not been lined with corpses.
So I'm going to roll an awareness test to, I guess, find like any sort of markings that indicate, like a note. Someone would, you know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah, like trying to see some kind of marking as to where someone might have tampered.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Looks
So,
like a big suspicious mound.
And I'm also going to do a quick tech use scan to see if like there's any hidden areas like behind corpses.
I'm gonna throw on my chameleon cloak and disappear a little bit. Just so I don't get ambushed.
I mean, I guess, should we roll stealth if we want to be sneaky?
And I'm gonna scout ahead a little bit.
I'll stay
indeed.
behind. Try to
Harold
stay
is going to follow you. Viggy, do I get a plus or minus for following Alexis when she's sneaking?
God damn it, never mind.
Well, considering that
I
she
think
failed.
Krishan's the guy you want to follow.
Oh yeah, let's see about that.
I win still.
You just still win, but I did pretty good.
And I had the awareness and tech use test for scanning.
Yeah.
So
Let's
Viggy,
see.
what do I know?
Let's see. So, you are going to have to spend, like, even with the test, you're going to have to spend some time looking for this thing,
Obviously.
obviously. I mean, do you want to try a stealth test, Pri?
Yeah,
Go right ahead.
I don't have any fancy shit.
Nope. Sadly, no. So, as you move around the corpse hold in the eerie chill, you find you take some hours to search the place, and Kirshan, holding up his auspex, finds that he finds a hidden compartment that appears to be a plating of some sort that has been moved. Although when he attempts to move the plating, he finds that it has been fastened somehow.
Question: since Tarwak has tech use, could he have assisted me just for if it reveals anything else?
You got all the degrees you really needed.
Okay.
So, there's a panel that has been messed with, although it appears to be stuck in place. How do you wish to unfasten it?
First, I'm gonna turn to the party. Anyone got a last cutter?
I got a power sword.
Doesn't Tarvok does? Doesn't Tarvok have a last cutter, or is that
Nice.
Pri?
I think it's Harold.
It will be me, but it's on my horse.
It's on the horse.
Ah, goddammit.
Okay.
Yeah. Pick
How
your
tough
poison.
does it look? How toughly does it look fastened on there?
It doesn't look tougher than Harold, let's put it like that.
Okay, so does it look like with enough force it could be pulled off?
Yes, though remember this is plasteel, and a good heave on it may break it loose.
Okay.
Harold, murder it.
Does anyone have a power knife?
Well, Harold, are you going to? So Harold, are you going to use your hands?
Yep.
Alrighty.
No, big friend. Please don't.
He moves in. Too late. Harold, roll athletics +10. Actually, +20 because of bulging biceps.
Well, seeing he's going to do this, I attempt to assist him.
He doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it.
You
Like,
go
not
to
even
assist him, he
close.
just pushes you out of the way.
As you go to assist him, you get a face full of plating as Harold rips it up and tosses it beside him.
How big is this door?
It's about meter times meter as you rip it to the side.
So it's a crawl space.
Yeah, it's a crawl space.
I can't.
Big Ben, let me go first. Let me go first.
Do I want to keep the door as a shield?
I mean,
you could.
you could, and although you would have to use both hands to use it as a shield, seeing how it has no.
I don't know. He could dent in a handle.
Well, he could, like, with proper modifications, but Tarwak would have to get on that.
I'm going to toss the door to Tarvok and say, keep track of it. I'm going to need it later.
Fair enough.
So Kershaw into the crawl space.
Alrighty. As you go inside, you see, and this will be your awareness test. You didn't need to roll stealth?
He got it either way.
Yeah?
Even better.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Kobe.
Now, quick question. Are you getting a plus 30 from your Camellia line?
I'm getting a plus 20 from Chameleon and a plus 10 from Sinskin.
Fair enough. That's true. Alrighty. So, as you crawl into the space, you find, let's say, I'm gonna roll a dice for this. You find 8 corpses packed into the crawl space, and you recognize with that awareness that they seem to have incisions alongside their torsos.
Is it any particular pattern or any particular spot?
Straight lines on the chest.
Going straight down from like the neck to the stomach?
Straight to where the navel would be. Neck to navel.
Okay. I'm gonna cast villain.
Indeed.
Oh shit. Oh
yeah.
bathroom.
Goddamn.
Okay, we can just get back to
Yeah, well, damn. It's the only time we actually needed her. Damn.
Ah.
Goddamn.
continuing onward.
So, do you want to try and do this?
Don't worry,
Do
guys.
what?
I got this.
You really want to do this?
No,
Ah.
but I want to.
What is? Okay, Mo, she's back.
Oh, sweet.
What's going on?
There's a straight incision going down these guy's chest. 90
Would
degrees
not
going
have
60.
succeeded.
Medicaid. Roll Medicaid, Mo.
Yeah, let me do that.
I was just
Yeah.
kidding, obviously. Just letting you guys know.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That's
she
fine.
made it. So, as Polonia enters the crawl space, not having to duck much, so I'm guessing you. Oh yeah, actually, Mope, do you know what he found?
No, I don't. What did he find?
So he found 8 bodies with incisions from neck to navel, and they seem to have been closed up.
Alright. So, as we walk in, I say, yeah, these have definitely been
Tampered
looked
with.
at and tampered with. Someone's definitely been trying some sort of autopsy on them.
Hold on, doctor. Cut one of them open. I have a suspicion.
I will take a scalpel out from my bag and cut one open along the previous incisions.
Indeed. And
And
in
at the last second as I do that, I'm going to remember that the last time I did this, a nurgling popped out at me.
Right. Everyone roll Sinisians.
Do I get any pluses to this?
Nope.
Nope. Very close.
Damn it!
Nope.
Do I want to be close though?
Nah. None of you instinctually feel unnerved by any of these corpses. They do not bear the trademark look of any of the mournful song.
Well, when I cut it open, what do I find? Just are the organs?
In the abdominal cavity, you find what appears to be plastic wrapped bags, and inside you recognize packets of drugs.
I knew it.
Leave them alone.
I'm gonna look down stunned. Is this what smuggling resorts to?
With her Medicaid test, could she identify what they are? Like what specifically it is?
I could just literally take the drugs out of my bag and compare
slot.
She can't. Are you going to haul out the rest of them? Are you going to haul out the rest of them, or what's the decision here?
I'm gonna take Harold's advice and not touch them.
Leave it alone.
Inside this body, there appears to be 3 doses of some drug that you do not immediately recognize. Roll for me, trade chemist with +20.
Doesn't Carvok have trade chemist?
I don't know. I think he has trade lexm. He has armor and linguist. He does not.
I'm gonna check real quick. I have another ping on trade chemist. That might only be 2 degrees of success. I don't know if I actually paid for that advanced one. I think I might have accidentally just marked that. Let me check.
Well, you did succeed either way.
And yeah, I think that would. Yeah, I think it's only 2 degrees of success. I don't see where I paid for it. So.
Fair enough. So, untick that one, and the target would have been 73, but the roll is good. So, you recognize this specific drug to be something called, where is it? It's on a strange place in the book. Here we go. Actually, there we go. I needed to turn on the light. So, let's see. As you examine this drug, you realize that this appears to be a very rare drug, at least outside of Disolium, that you recognize as a mind shade. This is a prescribed narcotic that produces a powerful sense of detachment in the user. In most forms, it is a murky, dark liquid with a slight green tint. Mindshade is rare due to the uniqueness of its ingredients, so demand is high. It is particularly popular in Hive Disolium, where users take the drug to numb the pain of ceaseless drudgery. Unlike some drugs, a user retains control of his faculties, albeit in a diminished capacity, allowing him to continue working without likelihood of detection or punishment.
That sounds very familiar to me.
Indeed. Now, I'm going to have... Indeed. Now, I'm going to have... Tarvok is going to lean down and examine that thing. I'm guessing you cast fill-in on the rest of the party for that information.
Yeah, I'm going to tell everyone everything.
Indeed. And Tarvok is going to use his...
Probably as I'm doing it.
Indeed. Tarvok is going to use his last fate point to do a scholastic lore beasts test, and he informs you that mind shades can only be made from the excretions of corpse crawlers, horrific and dangerous creatures native to Thaur. The drug, you also know that this drug is addictive.
Well, we should not touch it. I'm going to take Harold's advice on that one, and just... should I even restitch up the body? Yeah, I'll restitch up the body.
Indeed. So, as you put this back in, you find... are you going to put the plate back in place?
Yes, I'm going to actually take the plate back from Tarvok and I'm going to smack it back into place.
So, with that...
And I'm going to look to Kershaw and say, you leave this alone.
If I had to guess, that was your friend's stash, eh?
I made a promise. If you make me break my promise, you're dead.
Unfazed, he just kind of shrugs his shoulder and just continues on.
Indeed. As you walk further down into the corpse hold, I need everyone to make an awareness and
Aspects?
Aspects would work if you are continuously using it.
Eventually, I'll make one.
Indeed. Okay, so Harold is... I'm going to give him one thing and Kirshen another. So, as you enter through another bulkhead of the corpse holds, as you walk in about 10 meters in, Harold notices that that behind you there is a figure operating the rune bank next to the door, as the doors start slowly closing on each side, and Kirshan on his aspects notices that in one of the corpse pile there appears to be a large number of life signs. And
with that, Tarbok assist me with that tech you scan. Did it reveal anything?
Not outside of like heavy heavy methane in the air, which is from all the decomposition. So no, not really.
And with seeing the door closing, or doors closing, Harold would first of all beat his chest.
Indeed. Roll for me a D5 minus 2.
I mean, can I attempt just to outrun Harold and jump through the door first?
Outrun? He's not moving. 1 level of fatigue, Pre.
Yep.
Alrighty. So, with that, you see a group, well, actually, and Kirshan notices a group of cultists pushing a large pile of corpses down from the pile, think 300, and we will continue next time.
No!
Wait.
Because
Can I
we are
sneak?
about... Can you sneak?
Can I try to sneak up on them? Just for next time.
They're ambushing you.
We have been bamboozled. Okay.
But
you can try.
Awareness. What?
You can try next time.
Just explain it after. Close.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us for the 1-year anniversary of Dark Heresy 2nd Edition. I want to thank everybody for playing, Viggy for being an awesome GM, and I want to thank everybody for watching. This has been one hell of an adventure so far, with the only character dying, Toby. Anyway. I'm Alexis, the Eco Queen. I love you guys. Bye.